Hey, how you going? Today's interview is with Mike Hranica, vocalist from The Devil Wears Prada. Their new album, Flowers, comes out November 14. It was a great chat. My camera didn't work for the first half of the interview, so it is the Zoom video for the first half, and then my camera kicks in properly for the second half. Enjoy. Thank you again so much to Mike, and I cannot wait for this new album. Thank you. Hey, how you going? It's Josh. I'm here with Mike Hranica from Devil Wears Prada today, talking about the new album Flowers coming out on November 14. Mike, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, Color Decay was one of my favorite albums of 2022. I think it's my favorite Devil Wears Prada album. When you finished with writing and touring that album and you were thinking of what a new album was going to be, what was the vibe you guys were going for to move from Color Decay? What was a thought of what a new album could be from there?
You know, it didn't really materialize super early. Like we came up with the title not all that long ago.
Okay.
So it wasn't like Color Decay was done and then we're like, "Oh, how about we do this flowers thing?" But with that said, we felt so much energy and momentum coming off of Color Decay that at least in my mind, it's like songs never stopped. John is always working and it always has some demos, and he sits in his home studio grinding away every day. Um, so when I started hearing demos coming up and whatnot, following Color Decay, I was like, oh, it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's the momentum is still cruising. Um, and yeah, it just kept hitting the gas, and we have such a supportive team around us and management and the label, and really just embolden us to keep grinding and again carry the momentum from Color Decay into what eventually turned into Flowers.
Oh, very nice. So, because you've been in the band for 20 years now, starting in 2005. So, you've been through all of the eras of how albums are made, released. Do you prefer the old school way of writing a full collection of songs and release it? Or do you like the way that it's all moving to, as you said, just continuously writing songs and then kind of releasing them over time leading up to an album?
I can go either way. I think my biggest thing, it's the same as like when people are like, oh, do you like festivals or like supporting big bands in huge rooms, or do you like, headlining small clubs or headlining bigger clubs? Like, I just need a mix. I just need a little taste of everything and a little bit of like a rotation. Um, so with that in mind, I would love a little more of like a traditional studio experience versus the way we've kind of been working. But at the same time, the way we've been working is also economically sound. So that's something else to factor into the picture. So I don't know, long-winded to answer your question. I just think that I don't have any way where I'm like super jaded with technology or anything. I know I romanticize some of the kind of what you might consider old school ways, but I understand the purpose, and I think it's situational. Different ways act well for different bands, and yeah, I'm always down for the ride.
Yeah, because I think we're similar age. I'm born 86. I think you were born 88. And we started,
Hmm.
I was in a band from 2005 as well. So I remember those old days of writing demos, recording it on whatever you've got, taking it to the studio. And it's just such a different experience now that anyone can kind of record a song from home now. Like home studios are incredible. So it gives you that flexibility that, like you said, Color Decay finished, but you never stopped writing. Just songs kept flowing and you kind of eased into the next thing. So it's been a huge change in that way. With this new album, so we've got 7 songs out of the 14. So huge album, a lot of songs to come, almost a full album of songs we haven't even heard yet. And they've been rolling out since March, which is very exciting. The songs that you've released so far, I've been really digging through the lyrics. And again, being kind of the same age, being in the scene for so long, I've been really relating to some. I wanted to talk about some of these lyrics. So everybody knows the new single that just dropped for from the new album. There's some lines in there where it almost sounds like from my first listen when I was listening to it, it felt like you were almost giving advice to your younger selves or the younger yous, like the younger versions of you that are out there now in the scene. Um, is that anything? Does that ring a bell? Is that kind of, do you feel that at all kind of with the lyrics as you're writing them? Does that relate?
Definitely. I don't mean to speak too much for Jeremy and John, who worked more on the lyrics of that song specifically than me, but it is a bit of a when you've taken it too far and everybody realizes it around you and you realize it, which I think is something a lot of people can relate to in terms of making mistakes in our youths and acting out. And I think also kind of having a look at trying to get a reaction, as foolish as that might be. And then everybody knows, everybody realizes the mistake you made. So it's definitely a sort of past oriented, like, why did I do that kind of look, you know?
Definitely. There's a lyric in there, finally take me home, looking to finally take me home. I know that you said that Jeremy was more the writer on this one, but what is home to you in that song? Where's that song trying to take you back to?
I think a lot of it is, you know, it might be coming off the heels of such busy years as we've had, but a lot of it, I think, is physically actually home in terms of the fact that as we've gotten older and had steady relationships, Jeremy and I are both married now. John's been in a relationship for like 13 years with his partner. And um, I think home is maybe just, it doesn't have to be so specifically like my living room or like my bed or like my, you know, shower and whatnot, like the physical components of home. But maybe it's just like coming away from what feels so foreign about being on tour, or the just kind of transient nature of living out of hotel rooms, or you know, you have a bunk in a bus for 4 to 6 weeks and it becomes everything to you. And then next thing you know, you're 20 years into this career and you have no idea how many bunks you've called, you know, your resting place. So I think home might just be away from that. And maybe home is stability because touring can also be so unstable. Um, but yeah, it's a good line. I wish I would have wrote it.
There's something about the song so far where they're reflective, like you said. It's talking to your younger self and mistakes you've made in the past, but it also does feel like there's an acknowledgement of not being 100% there yet, still like on the journey. So, you know, I shouldn't be left alone, being a line in the song as well. Do you guys talk to each other much about still going through hard times and still struggling? Like being 39, I know that we still at this age, you never just kind of get past. We don't get to an age and be like, oh no, that's just when we were young. But are you guys open with that in the band with each other?
We can always do better for sure. And things have been, it's been a really busy year and it's been really trying on a personal level. And certain members have gone through some really tough situations personally. Um, it's just, it's tough because it's kind of a tiptoe thing where you're like, I don't know if you want my support. I don't know if you want to be left alone and handle it on your own. Like, because we're also very different. Like I tend to compartmentalize so much of the issues that I can be having, and other people will want you to reach out and say like, hey, are you doing all right? And if someone asks me if I'm all right, I resent it. So like I don't react well. So all of this to say is that being in a band is very difficult when it comes to the communication and talking about some of these really difficult topics. It's easier to just write the song and sing about it than actually talk to a person, turns out. So
Yeah.
um but like I said, there's always room for improvement, and um we're trying to be there for one another, especially after such a busy year and still plenty to go.
Yeah, definitely. Because you and Jeremy have been in the band since the beginning, going on 20 years. Is there any insight into your relationship, into how you can continue to make that work and work together for such a long time?
I always say that I don't know if Jeremy and I work well together because we're exactly the same or because we're the exact opposites.
Yeah.
Um, I think maybe it's just that where we are different, we're the other sides of the spectrum. And then when we are the same, we're like, we really meet in the middle. But um, there have been times before where I have a hard time with Jeremy, and God knows he's felt the exact same way about me when I'm having fits of depression or I have an attitude or I'm hung up about something. So I don't know. I just, um, we are two different people, but I trust the guy with my life. And, um, I think that's a huge part of it is the trust we maintain for one another. And, um, when all is said and done, the shows and the records and everything, like it's Jeremy and I at the bar, and it's just two kids that grew up outside Dayton, Ohio, and somehow lucky enough to been playing songs and writing songs all these years and maintaining gratitude for that. So I don't know. That's just kind of where I see Jeremy and me.
Oh, beautiful. Almost like a yin and yang of they're very different, but there's still the similarities within both that kind of keep you together.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. Now, something that has been a huge step up for this album is the music videos. So all the songs that have come out so far, big music videos, they feel like movies. Where did this decision come from? Who in the band drove this? Are you guys big like film buffs? Where did this come from? This want for not just the songs, but the video itself to present something for this album.
I mean, a lot of it is budget. I know that's not sexy at all, but we are so lucky to have such an amazing record label and team at the record label that really believes in this album. And I mean, some of these songs we have like our manager has like a graphic that has the rollout of the album, and he'll have to edit it because someone at the label will be like, we need to do a video for this song. Like the song has to have some kind of spotlight for it. And for example, So Low, we had no plans to do a video, but the label wanted a video for it. So we were doing a Latin America tour. And um, to answer your question, Wyatt Koff or Clough has directed all the videos. And he very much is a film buff,
Yeah.
and he's created some cool short films and whatnot, and just an ultra creative dude and such a fun guy. But he was photographing our Latin America tour, and then um, the label wanted a video, so we just pieced together this video, Jeremy and I, around Latin America, um, singing this song. It was a little awkward just lip syncing, in the
In the
middle of these
street.
busy
Yeah.
plazas and like Bogota and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all credit to Wyatt. He's a visionary and very talented.
I am shocked that they're all the same director. The difference in the videos so far, so ranging from So Low, as you said, just being you guys on the street singing the songs in a very more raw feeling video, to the other extreme of Eyes having the puppets. Now, I've got some questions about this video because the song is such a serious and dark song, and the video has serious and dark tones, but the puppets are quite funny. Do you
It's
guys see the humor in the video as well?
Yeah, and as it was being edited, it was like, what the hell are we doing here? Um, but it's an amazing contrast. It's a really nice juxtaposition. I mean, we are a pretty like lighthearted group to be around. It's constantly joking, it's constantly taking very little seriously. But then we write these songs that, really kind of rip at your interior. So I think the video is kind of a cool way to do that. It's a cool nod to a puppet video we did a long time ago. It has the toad, which was in the Where the Flowers Never Grow and Wave short film. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It just gives it a little bit of range, I think. Um, and it was behind the scenes, it was quite the experience getting receiving the puppets. I have it in a room just behind me because
You got to keep
they
your
made
puppet.
me. Yeah, I
Fantastic.
really didn't want it. But everyone was like, you have to take it home because your wife's gonna want it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So Jeremy and I were flying home from LA with these little cases with our puppets in it, just
Amazing.
hoping that security wasn't gonna ask to see inside of it and look like a psychopath with a marionette puppet of
A
yourself.
small puppet of
So
yourself.
yeah.
At the end of that video, you ascend. The video says that you've got to let go, and then your puppet ascends. What is that letting go, and where are you going in that video? I would love to know more about the ending of that.
I didn't know I was ascending until I saw the video and I was like,
Okay.
what the fuck? I'm floating away.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, uh, I think a lot of eyes is that letting go. It's letting go of things that you thought were true and having the eyes and the vision to reshape or reanalyze what's true or what's right and what your life means or what it is. Um, and therefore, I think it's kind of letting go of the past. So um, that was kind of written in later, the sort of subtitle
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, Jeremy ended up on like the high, falling asleep in the desert in the short film. So
Yeah.
I guess my fun is that I get to float away as a puppet.
Very cool. Now, I saw you guys last year in Adelaide with Alfwolf. I didn't see you this year on the While She Sleeps Bullet for My Valentine tour because I couldn't get up to one of the other states. But when I did see you guys, you have to be the most comfortable band I've ever seen on stage. Do you ever feel nervous for a performance anymore? Or is it just second nature now?
Uh, my first reaction is I just want to say that I feel nervous every other moment of my life. So
Okay.
maybe stage is the only place I can relax for a second.
Yeah.
Um, there are definitely shows where I'm like, a little bit of the nerves. So much of it is a testament to the what an amazing team we have. Our crew out on the road with us. Jimmy, who's been tour managing and front of house engineer for the band for years now. He does such a great job that even walking out on a stage to I forget what Melbourne was the first show of Bullet, but it was something like I think 6,000 people or something. And it's like, well, if something technically goes wrong, no one thinks like, oh, it must be the tech. They think like, oh, the band's not professional. So we just have such an amazing team taking care of us and just letting us go on and perform that um, we don't have to get nervous or worry.
It's almost like we were coming into your house rather than you coming to a whole different city in a whole other state. There was just a lot of fun on stage, and it was just a real good energy for the whole crowd, I think, when you guys get up there.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that.
That's all right. Now, just the last one, a little fun one for me. What is your favorite Australian band, if you have one?
It's hard to say band, but pretty much my favorite musician, hands down, is Nick Cave.
Oh, fantastic.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so of my three favorite bands in the world, anything Nick Cave takes up one of those slots because it's hard to pick. Um, but I guess it's hard. The Bad Seeds are a band, but I mean, like Prayers on Fire and like birthday party material, just that's like a absolute, if not top 10, top five album for me. So I've been a huge fan for a very long time. Um, So yeah, it's hard to say because he is so many things within one human entity.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say he's my favorite band, but yeah, nothing else can come close from Australia for me.
That makes me so happy. I was expecting you to say, oh, a band you've toured or a band that you like. To have an Australian artist that is just one of your favorite in your top three makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Have a good one.
Thank you. Really looking forward to the album.
Thank you.